All right. Now we're doing LeetCode to sum. This is the third one on this list by LeetCode right here. And basically what we're going to do with this one is what we're going to do first is the brute force way. Then we're going to do it in a more optimized way. So first, let's read about this. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, we're going to return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. We may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and we may not use the same element twice. We can return the answer in any order. So right here, the target's 9, and here's the array, and it's going to be 0 and 1 because 2 and 7 equal 9. Down here, it's going to be 2 and 4 because it's the target's 6, so 1 and 2 right here in the output, index 1 and index 2. And then index 0, index 1 here because it's 3 and 3, which equal 6. All right. So, like I said, we're going to do brute force first. We'll come over here and say, what should we say? Let's say for I in, and then we'll do the range is going to be the length of nums. All right. And then we're going to do another for loop after that. Hold on. Another for loop after that. We'll say for j in range. And we'll do, since we're doing a double for loop and we're checking it, we're going to be checking like this one's going to be I, then we're going to have to make sure that the j is the next one after the I. So we'll say the range is going to be I plus 1 and then the length of nums again. All right. So that's how we're going to go through that's how we're going to do this brute force operation. So now that we do that, we're going to check to see if nums at I equals nums at j. All right. And if it does, excuse me. Nums at I plus nums at j equals the target. Like that. And then if it does, we'll return I and j in an array. So I, j, like that. Now let's run it. And this one's going to take a while because it's brute force and there's no telling how long the actual arrays are. They should be like really, really long, like this says. So yeah, as you can see, it took 3,868 milliseconds. I think that's like 3.8 seconds. I don't know. And but it was pretty good on the memory, but this is unacceptable for sure. So what we're going to do now is a much more optimized version of this code, using a little bit of logic. And so first off, what we're going to do is we're going to say something like this. We're going to create a storage dictionary to store the objects that we're going to store in them. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to say num map. I'm pretty sure they call this the hash map method. I don't know, but yeah, we're going to do this right here. And then after this, we're going to do this thing called enumerate nums. We're going to use this thing called enumerate. And it's right here. And often when dealing with iterators, we also need to keep count of the iterations. And Python eases the programmer's task by providing a built-in function enumerate for this task. And the enumerate method adds a counter to an iterable and returns it in the form of enumerating object. All right, that being said, let me show you what it's going to look like. So we're going to say print, and then we got to do a list, and then we got to do enumerate, and then we'll say nums. Nums like this. So let's see what this looks like. Pardon me. And as you see here, we've got the index right here, and then the number that it's at. So 2, and then 7, 11, 15. And then here's 7 at 1, 11 at 2, and 15 right here. So we can use all this to do what we need using a little bit of logic. So let's get rid of this enumerate example. and start down here. We're going to do a for loop and say for I, and then we're also going to say num. So we can target this, and then we're going to say enumerate nums. So it's basically going through this. This is the I, this is the nums. All right. And now that we've got that written down, what we're going to do is we're going to say diff now equals target minus num. All right. So we're going to look at this and we're going to say target minus num. So target minus num on this one would be 7. Target minus num on this one would be 2. And then these ones would be negative numbers. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this diff and we're going to put it inside of this number map right here. Okay. So what we're going to do set right here is say if diff is already in the number map, what we're going to do here is we're going to return the number map map at diff. All right, because it would just say, anyway, let me show you. It would say like when it gets to this one, it's going to take number map at diff, which would be this one, and return the it will put the index in here. So we'll say that for the first one, and then the second index is going to be I right there. So it's going to be this one, it's going to be this one and also this one. This is going to be the number map at diff, and this is going to be the I right here. And we got to do an else right here. So if it doesn't find it already, like in this case, we're going to put it in there. We're going to say num map at num now equals I. All right. So it puts it in there and pretty much goes through the thing. Let's see if this worked. And it does. Awesome. And let's submit it. Yeah, it took me a ton of tries to figure out which one to show you guys. So yeah, you see here, the first one was like over here with this crazy number. The second one's over here, and then the difference between these two is like 5.5 megabytes, which is not that much. So we're good to go on that. So now that we've done that one, the next one we're going to be doing is this group anagrams, and we'll see you next time.